Like every other Indian family, whenever I asked my parents to get a dog, their classic response was, "तू एक कम है क्या घर में जो एक और ले आऊं मैं? Aren't you already enough in the house?" But as the title of this video suggests, I was successful in convincing my parents to get a dog. Meet Pixel. He's a 3-month-old labrador puppy and he likes to bite like a lot. This video is going to be a collection of my experiences of how I convinced my parents to get a dog and how I took care of it, and why your parents are actually right about not letting you get a dog, because dogs are definitely a responsibility. I'll cover that in the video. A little disclaimer though was that it was first time me and my family were taking care of a dog, and that is why there could be some things that we might have not done completely right. So just let me know in the comments so that me and everyone who's watching this video, they can do things better with their dogs when they get them. So I'll divide this video into two major parts. The first part is going to be how I actually convinced my parents to get a dog. And the second part of it is going to be how my life changed after getting Pixel in our lives. And the second part is particularly important because this is the reason why your parents don't let you get a dog. Let's start off with the first part very quickly. The conversation for it started off back in May 2020 when there was a lockdown in India. And everyone was thinking that, this is the best time to get a dog since it's going to continue for a couple of months. You get to spend the most time with your dog since, this is going to continue for some foreseeable future. And I was going to start working from home as well, which meant that, possibly for the part of 2020, I'm going to be staying at home, and thus I can give the dog complete 6 to 8 months staying at home when he's, being brought up. So that was the reasoning. I tried to convince my parents that, I'm starting a job soon, I'll take care of it. I'll take him to Bangalore with me when I'll shift there for my job. But they were still not convinced. They were like, nahi, it's just too much responsibility, tu nahi sambhal payega. And, we just can't, take care of a dog in this house with everything that's going on right now. So then, the conversation kind of died out. And on my birthday, 12th of August, my Mosi called me. My mother's sister, she called me to wish me. And she asked me what I was getting for my birthday. I asked her ki I wanted to get a puppy, I wanted to get a dog, but my mom is not really convinced that, we should get a dog in the house at all. Backstory, my Mosi has a Rottweiler in her house and she has been taking care of the dog for like 4 or 5 years now. So she asked me ki give phone to your mother, I'll talk to her and I'll try to convince her. And she being her real sister, there was more chance that, she can actually convince her, given the fact that she also has a dog that she has had for, more than 4 or 5 years now. Then she talked to her for straight 30 minutes and gave her all the reasons why we should get a dog. And at the end of it, my mom was kind of convinced because my mom said, ki, how are you going to get a dog in the first place? I was really, really happy. And I was like, okay, I'll take care of it. I'll just ask my friends or, if anyone has any contact of how I can get a dog. And then in a couple of days, I found a puppy and I asked my parents, ki, okay, we have found one. You asked, ki, now we can kind of get one if you're getting. So then it just, within 1 hour of me finding a puppy, the puppy was home. And, that is where it all started. Picture. I'd like to touch upon the second part of the video, which is how my life changed after getting a dog. So what I expected of when I was getting a dog was that he's going to be a well-behaved, nice dog who's not going to, bite. He's going to be all loving. He's going to, learn where to poop or pee very easily. But it just turned out that, that is just something that I had expected wrongly. He's basically a 2-month-old child that you're bringing in your house. Your parents have raised you and they know how difficult it is to raise a child. And especially when it's a puppy, you can't easily dictate over them of, what they bite, what they don't bite, where they pee, where they poop. It's a slow process, right? It's steadily that they learn that, okay, all right, peeing in the house is something that's not okay. It's something somewhere where I live And it's just something that I should not do. My humans get upset when I do that. But they don't learn it so easily, right? It's not a 1 week's process. It's probably 2 to 2.5 months process, because you cannot take them out till they're 3.5 months old. They pee or poop, a couple of times a day. They pee like 8 or 10 times a day. How often do you think can you take them outside? You have to take them outside every hour or so. It sounds kind of easy, you just take them out once in an hour. But that's not how it works, because sometimes they pee after 2 hours, sometimes they pee twice in 1 hour. It's just not very regular of how it's supposed to be. Teething or biting is just another phase that you have to adjust with. They bite, definitely a lot. They try to chew on your hand. Pixel bites on my hand a lot. Like whenever I'm petting him, he tries to bite it, because he does not really understand ki theek hai, hand is something that is not meant to be bite. I have to play with my toys. It's something that I'm training him to do, but it's definitely going to take time, right? It's not just going to be a week's process. It has been 2.5 months since he has been home, and he still is far away from learning a lot of things. Like, he's definitely potty trained. He bites less, but he still sometimes do. His teeth are getting sharper and bigger day by day. His jaw, he as a whole is getting bigger, right? So the repercussions of him biting after he gets, older is also a little higher, but he's learning slowly as well. But sometimes when he forgets, or, he just cannot recall ki theek hai, I don't have to bite a human, he does sometimes, right? It's just play biting, so it does not really hurt. But still, his teeth are sharp. I sometimes get scratches. Sometimes my mom or dad get scratches. But that is something that, is just training in process. It's going to take time. He's a child. That is what I have to say at the end of the day. Apart from training him for all these things, it's definitely not a 1 hour or 2 hour process. It's your all day responsibility that you have to do throughout the day. You cannot leave him for more than 1 or 2 hours, since he sleeps, let's say for 2 hours in the afternoon. But when he wakes up after that 2 hour nap, you have to be there to take him to pee, or you have to know ki, what he's basically up to. You could leave him in a room and he could be, destroying the cable, destroying the charger or anything like that. He likes to bite on slippers a lot. So you have to make sure of all these things. And one person alone, what I promised my parents, right? I'll take care of the dog all by myself. That is really just not possible, because he wakes up at 6 in the morning. Definitely something that is not at all possible for me. So he sleeps in my parents' room. They wake up at somewhere around that time only. So he's also used to waking up at 6 now. He wakes up at 6, he pees, he goes for a walk, he does his business. Then he's like super energetic because he has had a good 6-7 hours sleep. So then my parents take him to the terrace. He runs around, plays with ball and all of that stuff. And I cannot give him all that time alone. I've started working from home. So that is also something that takes my weekdays. I'm free mostly in the morning or in the evenings, maybe half an hour during the lunchtime. But rest of the part of the day, I am not capable of, taking all the care of him due to all the other commitments that I have, right? Like, even when I'm making this video, I have to make sure that he's exercised so that he does not trouble my parents a lot. My parents have to take care of him, that if he has to go pee, they have to take him. And that is something that you cannot take responsibility of on your own. And that is the reason why your parents won't let you get a dog, because they know that it's going to be hell of a responsibility. Kudos to my parents that, they signed up for this. They're taking care of the dog as well as me. And I'm taking care of the dog. But it's just a combined process that goes through with the whole family. All 4 of us, my mom, dad, my sister, and me, all 4 of us are tightly involved in taking care of that pup. And don't take all of this in a negative form of way that I'm discouraging anyone from getting a pet. Not at all. I just don't want that you get a dog, you keep it for a month, and then you think, yeah, it's too much responsibility and I'm unable to handle him. That is something that I don't want. I just want that your expectations when you're getting a dog is just very, very clear of what you're signing up for. And at the end of the day, after whatever effort I have put in the last 3 months, whenever I come back home or I go upstairs after my day's work, seeing that tail wag, seeing that happy face, it just makes everything worth it. He just makes me forget all the stress that I had at work, if any, of course. And everything that is going in your life. Even if you're sad for anything for no reason at all, that face, that tail wag and that lick is going to make your day, just worth it. And that is all that I wish for everyone watching this video. And that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Kritagya, and I'll see you all very soon. Godspeed.